it's a character. Now, what we do, we come over to your brush, and we come over to, let me find it here. So we do Z project, and then we turn everything back on. So hold shift and turn everything back on. And then if I come in here and do this, what it's going to try and do is match some of the details from the original piece that we lost when we put this in here, like this. And I think if you hold Alt, it does the opposite. It adds. No, regular takes away and Alt adds. I think turning off X sometimes works better too. Let me see. Yeah, that's going to be kind of a pain. But what I was able to do by doing this is get my eye socket back like that. And it's and again, I'll just do it this way. Let's turn on X, and then I'll do this again and see what I get. And then we'll come in here, and then yeah. So we'll zoom back out. We'll turn everything back off. We'll just go to solo mode. And now we got our eyes back. Now, what I like to do is cut out the eyes and actually use the spheres for the eyes. So I'm going to pop those spheres back on. But one of the reasons I wanted to show you this is because that's the wrong one. There we go. Is because you can never know where you could use this. So now I've got my real eyes in there, and I've got my the actual painted eyes in there too, or the sculpted eyes. So those are separate. So what would I do with these? I'm going to take these eyes real quick. And if you want to add a material to something, and what I'll do is I'll duplicate them, and then I'll move them down so they're in my skull. What you can do is turn this on and everything will be back to the same color, and then we can come in here and also do this. So suppose I want these eyes to be shinier. Well, let me get rid of the old eyes, because remember they're still sitting there, the fake ones. So I want to leave those on, and then come in here and just pull out this. Let me turn those off actually. I'll come to C and just pull. Why are you still up there, weirdo? Oh, because those are still on. Who's the weirdo now, Melon? Alright, take these and pull them out. And then we can Z-remesh. And we can come back in and start adding more geometry to our Z-remesh too. It's only at 128, 250 to start with. Let's do that. Okay, so I'll pull this out. And now if I show them again, I've got my eyes back. Now, I mean, obviously there's some stuff I want to fix, and there's definitely some things that I'm not crazy about. I want to pull this in. This area in here is probably needs to be flattened out a little bit. This needs to be set up. This over here probably could be smoothed out. And then let's do softer on here. Or not softer, if I want to do that. So it's super cool that you can get this, you know, set up pretty fast by just doing that Z project that we were doing. And then you can come back in and start adding in the details where you need to. Oops. Like this. I'll pull this back out. Oh, and the last thing I want to do is what we did before, and I told you we were going to do. For, well, not the last thing, but one of the last things I want to do is, before I show you something else, actually, I want to show you one more thing. But come to the Chisel 3D brushes. Remember they had these? And just grab one of these ears. I mean, honestly, he's got big ears. I'll pull up a little bit higher. You want the ears to... That's too high. It looks like I gave myself too much here. Let me do a little bit of this. Flatten it out. That kind of screwed it up, didn't it? myself a place for the ears to sit. I'll pull these back in a little bit, actually. And now I'm just going to tweak and mess with it for a while. After I get this last little bit thing in there, come up to Chisel 3D, grab that ear, come to the side, see if we can get it to work this time. And actually, I want it back a little bit further. Wow, those are really extruding, aren't they? Look, there's a whole ear right there. Pull this back to there. Wow. Okay. One of the problems is it's hollow inside here, so let me fill that in. I'll just turn on the plate, fill in this area. Oops, not everywhere. See how that works? Turn on your back facing. Hopefully that fixes that problem. And then do this again, and it should. See this. Just a little bit. I'm just trying to clean up my mess. All right, take this, come back into our Chisel 3D brush, go from the side. Probably want to start right in the middle here between the nose and the ear, because the top of the ear should be the top of the eyelid and the bottom of the ear should be the nose. I feel like they're a little bit off, but if we take it this way, and then move it in. Turn it this way. And I don't like what I did here when I was messing with that stuff, so let me pull some geometry back in here. Okay. So that's the cool thing right there, right? Now, he's very manly, right? So let's make it more female. How do we do that? Well, by default, besides the female anatomy being, oh, this probably needs to be up a little higher. Men have thinner lips. His eyes are pretty wide already, and they probably should be more like this. Even smaller. But female are a little bit wider, so if we take this and we pull it in, let's do a morph target actually. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this for you. The problem is I haven't really gone into the sculpting, so getting him to feel more feminine, it's going to take some work to make him feel like a human or not a Rodin sculpture. But we can definitely get there.